In this video, we're going to speak about how I monetize one channel every single week. Now, these channels here are literally just 3 channels I very recently monetized. So in this video, I'm going to go through this whole process of kind of monetizing at least one channel every single week. So just prove you that I'm not talking BS. Here's just one channel that we very recently monetized. As you can see here, we started it here and it very recently got monetized. It actually took quite longer. The review took quite a while, but in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I do that. But before that, just a very quick disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice. I'm not a licensed advisor. No results or returns are guaranteed. Always do your own research and consult with a professional before making any financial decisions. Now, with that being said, if you don't know who I am, I'm Steffen. I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars with faceless YouTube channels, and I've helped hundreds of other people do the same thing. For example, here Martins, we've helped to make $31,000 in one single month. Stamp to get monetized in literally 2 weeks. Here another channel monetized in 20 days. Then here another student hitting 15,000 views in the first 12 hours. Then here another one doing 170 euros a day. Many more. If you're interested in getting similar results, just check out the first link in the video description. Book a completely free call with me and we'll have a look if I can actually help you get to your goal. And yes, then we also have a completely free Skool community, which you can check out the second link in the video description. And then I'll answer all questions that you have in the comments. So let your questions, put all of your questions into the comments because I'll answer every single question. Now, let's get into the process. So first things we always have to look at is kind of getting your channel ready. So for the people who don't know, shadow bans are 100% real. And for kind of avoiding a shadow ban, we need to understand what is a trust score. A trust score is very simple. How much does the platform actually trust your YouTube channel or your account, right? Now, that's something we can actually increase or decrease, which we'll talk about in a bit. Then how do the different kind of YouTube accounts you can get. So there's like a brand new account, then there's an aged account and the pre-monetized account. And then we actually also have a personal account. Maybe I even wrote it wrong, but personal account, right? This is just a YouTube account that you have been using for years to watch YouTube and stuff. These are usually the most powerful accounts you can get, right? So if you have an account like this, then I would 100% recommend you to use that account instead of any of these accounts, all right? Now, pre-monetized account, I would take that out if you're just starting out. They're too expensive for most people just starting out. Then we have aged accounts. These are just very old accounts, usually have a good trust score, but you still have to warm them up, which we'll get to in a bit. Then we have brand new accounts. They have been working very well for me recently. I've been mainly using brand new accounts at this current stage. Then we get into how to actually warm up your account. This is actually going to increase your trust score or your trust with YouTube, because if you're doing this, you're kind of showing YouTube that you are a human and not a AI bot content farming channel. All right. And then what you do to kind of warm up your account is you use it as a normal user. Right, so just act like a human. Don't act like a bot. You watch 1 to 2 hours of content per day, so you can just almost let it play, but click around here and there. Then subscribe, comment, and like some videos, not every single video. Important, act like a human. Do not act like a bot. Then do this for 1 week or longer to lower the risk of a low trust score. All right. The longer you do it, the better your account is going to get, because then it's almost going to act like a personal YouTube account where YouTube obviously knows hey, there is a human behind this account. This process is extremely important. And I do this every single time. We're constantly warming up accounts because we need these accounts to constantly start new channels. All right. So we always have at least one to two accounts as backup. All right. Always. Very important. Again, always have a few backup accounts. Then, once we have this, we need to go into the process of actually finding a niche. So for this, we want to open an incognito window or even create a brand new channel. just for niche research, all right? So I'll just quickly show you how that whole process works. Now, a tool I would highly recommend you to use is NextLev. Highly recommend it. So what you do is you just open a brand new YouTube account and you kind of go to your homepage. I've explained it so many times on this channel. Just quickly want to go run over it for the people who have never seen a video of me before. So what we do is we look for anything we're interested in, for example, history, boom. We just search it up. Then we look for faceless channels here into the search. Now this can be anything you're interested in. Here we have a history channel just as an example. Boom. We click on this video, we watch this video, and as this video plays, we subscribe, like to videos, and we click on the next video, and we go through this for quite a while. And often we find really good niches inside here. Boom. Here we already have a niche. I just want to screenshot this for myself. But it looks like a pretty good niche, just as an example. Right? Really like crazy views here, 60,000 views, 400,000 views. And then once we've done this for a while, we actually go to our YouTube homepage where YouTube will then show us faceless channels in that specific niche. Now I've done it on this account here just as an example. Right? So on this account here, just as an example, which is a niche research account, you will see a bunch of different faceless niches on this account that are absolutely crushing it. And on this account, I literally just do niche research and find a bunch of different niches. I know this was an extremely fast run over. Just have a look at a few of my other videos if you want to know exactly how this whole process works. Okay, I have a few videos where I show you guys exactly how I literally find a niche in like 10 minutes. All right, then to be able to find a good niche, we need the criteria of a good niche. So number one, they are under 5 smaller channels creating content in this niche that are constantly getting more views than they have subscribers. This means there's high demand and low supply. This is one of the most important things that most people underestimate and most people don't know. And that's why most people fail with YouTube. It's super important. All right. High demand, low supply. All right. YouTube is a marketplace and every marketplace has demand and supply. There are no channels with over 100,000 subscribers. There are no smaller channels failing. The niche is not older than 6 months. I can create better content than my competitors. Am I actually interested in this niche? Not a must, as long as you have a team that actually has an interest in the niche. By the way, for the better content than competitors, this can also just be longer content. All right. Then is the niche monetizable? Is a must. Otherwise, you're not going to make any money. Then a huge bonus, post long videos for a higher RPM. All right, there we have it. Then, very important, give yourself enough time to do niche research and do not rush the process. If you're going to rush the process, you're going to do this process over and over and over again anyway, until you have a channel that actually succeeds, right? Now, just very quickly, if you want me to help you choose your first niche, just check out the first link in the video description. Book a free one-on-one call with me. We'll look at if it would make sense for us to kind of work together and maybe also get you to here $24,000 a month, here $12,000, one of my students. So just check out the first link in the video description, completely free. We'll just have a look if it would even make sense. Now, very important, once you have your niche, speed is key. All right. Without speed, it's going to be extremely difficult for you to succeed on YouTube. You must have a team ready that can implement extremely quickly. So without teams, let's say, for example, I find a niche right now. Okay. It's now 8 p.m. This video is going to go live in like an hour or something. Then I will be able to post my first video tomorrow already. Okay, so you need to have a team that is extremely fast. It doesn't need to be the best team, doesn't need to be the highest amount of quality team, but it needs to be a very fast team, because quality doesn't matter as much if you are in the right opportunity. Okay, now way to hire what? Very simple to explain. So for the script, we hire the script writers on Upwork. In most cases, we use AI, especially in the beginning, because speed is extremely important. For the voiceover, we use Fiverr or ElevenLabs. Most cases, again, if we are just testing a channel, which I'll show you the whole testing framework, we just use ElevenLabs. Then for the editor, we use X or Upwork. I would highly recommend Upwork in most cases. Just hire a beginner editor who can very, very quickly kind of get you into get that video done to just post it, all right? I just need to find something here. These videos are uncut, so sometimes I forget to add stuff here. That is actually very important that I need to show you guys. Let me just look for it. Is it this one? I don't know. No. Okay, I have it. All right, so for the thumbnail, we use Upwork, all right, or you can just go ahead and create the whole thumbnail yourself. Why? Because this is firstly gonna save you a lot of, a lot of time, all right? So now we actually get into the niche testing framework. So I completely forgot to add it inside here. So this is extremely important. So this is the process where we kind of test the niche, if it's gonna work or not. All right. And this is the process through which we kind of run every single week, every single day. We go through this process, right, to get one channel monetized every single week. So the niche testing framework, this is the exact process with, here we have it. I follow this exact process with every niche I get into to avoid spending money on videos that will never work. All right. The reason why we can get one channel monetized every single week is because we follow this exact process and we don't waste a bunch of time on useless niches that will never work. All right. So how this process will work is, firstly, we obviously warm up the account, right? Then we do niche research. Okay. As you guys can see here. So we find a niche with these kind of criteria. We have the account warmed up. So we have that. Then we have speed, very important. And we have our team. Okay, so then we do niche research. Then we have to choose between an account, right? As I've already mentioned, I would highly recommend you to go with either a new account or a personal account. These are currently the best accounts you can get, okay? Once we have chosen our account, once we have optimized our whole account, right? We need 5 to 10 video topics. Now, these may not just be random video topics. These actually need to be extremely good video topics, okay? These can't just be random topics. You really have to dig into the topics and make sure that you choose topics that are actually good, that are actually outlier videos on other channels. Don't just randomly go ahead and choose random topics from other channels because they've worked on there 5 months ago. You always have to keep in mind that topics also have supply and demand, all right? Topics always have supply and demand, which is extremely important to remember. Yes, so then we need to kind of create the, then we have to create, sorry, I'm just looking, okay, all good. Then we have to create the video, okay? So for the script, we just use ChatGPT because that's the fastest way we can just very, very quickly create the script without spending a lot of money. I have a bunch of tutorials on this channel, how exactly I create a script with ChatGPT. Then for the voiceover, we use ElevenLabs. Speed is key. So just very quickly, or we can also use here GenAIPro, which is amazing. Will also be linked below, where you can get, ElevenLabs kind of voices for quite cheap. Okay. Then for the editing, we use freelancers. So either you can edit the videos yourself if you have the time, or you can hire freelancers. I would recommend you to not pay them more than, $25, right? Because otherwise it can be a bit expensive. $25 is already quite a lot, especially if we go ahead and we test extremely simple. So we need extremely simple videos. So try to get the video cost down to $15. You don't need to work with the most insane editor. You can work with people just getting started into the editing game. Then for the thumbnail designer, freelancer or just do it yourself. I would highly recommend you to do it yourself if you have some skills. Reason why? Because you can make sure that the thumbnail is as good as possible, which we're going to cover now. So firstly, for the video length, you want to have your video 1.5 times longer than the competitor video. Why? Because then people can watch your video for a longer period of time. And if your video keeps someone on YouTube for a longer period of time, YouTube is obviously going to push that video. Because why? Your video is going to make YouTube more money because they can show people more ads on your video. Then for the thumbnail, very simple. Your thumbnail needs to almost match or be extremely similar to the style of thumbnails that are being used in your niche. Same goes for the video title, all right? That's why I say for the thumbnail, in most cases, I would just do it myself. Then once you have the first video done, we immediately get into posting. We do not want to miss the opportunity that is there. And if we wait until all 10 videos are done, many cases the opportunity is gone, right? So what we do is we post, then we skip, we post, skip, post, post, skip, post, all right? This is just a rhythm. You not a rhythm, but you don't want to have a rhythm. There we have it. We don't want our channel to look like an AI channel, and that's why we do it exactly like this. So we want to be very inconsistent, okay? Sounds weird, but trust me, okay? Then one of two things is gonna happen. Either the channel is gonna blow up, all right? This usually takes 3 to 10 days until it reaches this point. Once this happens, then we only post more videos, all right? Very simple. Now, scenario 2, if nothing happens, it's either the niche is bad, the video topics are bad, the packaging is bad, the video length is not good enough, or you have a bad channel. You always need to go back and try to understand, why did this channel not succeed? Always, all right? And then what we do is we literally repeat this process every single week, but multiple times, right? And trust me, even if you're just starting out and you do this at least 5 times, there will be one channel that is going to work, especially if you work with our niche research criteria, okay? You can't just go ahead and randomly test random channels. That's not going to work. You need to go at this with strategy, all right? So you make sure that this is good, right? And that you do this, like this here, as many times as possible, as fast as possible, right? And that's how you could potentially monetize one channel a week, okay? So if you guys have any questions for this, like I said, leave them all in the comments. And then keep in mind, if you're interested in working close with me, like we did with all, and kind of get the same results we got for all of these channels, then all students, check out the first link in the video description. Book a completely free call with me. We'll have a look if we can actually help you get the results or not. And then I'll see you in the next video.